You're listening to the Talking Walls fans' reactions for the 24-25 Premier League season.
Are we the best team in the league? Probably. Are we the best team in Europe? Probably. Are we the best team in the world? Probably. It's finished Wolves 3, Leicester 0. What a performance, man. What an absolute performance. Brilliant to see. Lads are brilliant, fantastic, all over the shop today. And I just love watching us play at the moment. It's 6 in a row. 6 wins in the top flight. Crazy. I find it hard to believe that this is the same team that was playing 3 or 4 months ago, if I'm honest. But it is the majority. That means 2 different players. But we were awesome from start to finish again. The front lads, different gravy. The 2 in midfield again. The back line again. Even the goalie today, bringing up a pen save after it was very, very questionable penalty that was given. Could we just have a quick say on how bad Jamie Vardy is? I can't quite believe he's the same player. He looks like he should be playing in non-league now rather than the other way around. But yeah, buzzing with it. Buzzing for the lads. Buzzing for the gaffer more than anything. It's a shame that certain someone's going to probably leave in the summer, because I feel like we have a really good team next season if he did stay and we invested a little bit. It was good to see some people get on today as well. Another goal for Rodrigo Gomez. I love watching that bloke play. He gives his absolute bollocks every time he comes on the pitch. Even Forbes getting on the pitch was crazy. Was a bit baffled that we made 6 subs, but realised that they made a concussion sub at half time. So yeah, thrilled, absolutely buzzing. 13th in the league. Who would have thought that after the Ipswich game? I'd have took 17th, and now look at us. I think I said on the podcast a couple of months back, I didn't think we'd stay up. Just goes to show that I know absolutely nothing. But brilliant. Can we beat Man City on Friday? Easy. 3 points again. 7 in a row. Then 8. Then 9. And then 10. And then it's the end of the season. So who knows? We could go and beat it next season. Could win the league. Who knows? But right now, all I know is we are back. The manager is going out tonight. And I love it. I love everything. Up the Shaggy and Wanderers. See you later.
East Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Leicester 0. Wolves have done it. They've done 6 in a row. Getting a bit boring now, to be honest. It's constantly winning games. Got nothing to moan about as a Wolves fan. What's that about? What's going on there? Sam's been back on the channel again, as always, trying to give us some insight into the game, getting some key points straight away. Doherty and Sarr brought back into the squad. A bit harsh on Santibano. I thought he played really well at United last week, but Doherty more reliable, a bit better on the ball in terms of his passes, trusts him a little bit more. You could see that, and obviously Sarr's first choice keeper, so not massively surprised by those changes, really. I was going to say it's every single week now on the videos. Andre and Gomez, so good again. That is so good, them pair. If we can keep those pair for next season, we can really, really push on from them. They win every single ball. Whenever it becomes a 50-50 challenge, they win it pretty much 9 times out of 10. They're so good. I like that Andre and particularly Gomez as well, actually more so than Andre. He's a lot more progressive now. He carries the ball further forward, finds passes. He's not afraid to be on the ball like maybe he used to be. But they're so good players. I don't need to keep talking about them every time. The first goal, I kept saying in the first half, there was opportunities where Ait-Nouri could have kept running, getting behind, trying to get behind, and he didn't. He kept cutting back in, and it was a simple 1-2 with Cunha, and they just squared it back in, pulled it back in. So Ait-Nouri ran to the byline, pulled it back in, then scored a really easy goal. It was an easy goal, made it look really simple, but it was a good goal. It was a classy goal from Wolves. And it was so simple, really, and that's the goals I like to see, when it's a couple of quick passes, bang, 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 and for next thing you know, you've scored. Manetzi, again, has his critics on this channel. I love Manetzi. If you watch his pressing, and he sets the whole press off, I've said that loads of times. And he knows his limitations. We know he's not a good we know he's not like a natural footballer, but he knows his limitations. He gets the ball down, plays, gets it off his chest, bang, plays, 1-2, links it up. The cross comes into the box, off his chest, down, lay it off to somebody else, curling into the box. He knows what his job is. Okay, he's not silly, he's not trying, and that's the best thing about him. He knows what his own limitations are. He could drop back further in the game into midfield again. He was doing a good job. When he dropped towards right in between the centre half at some point towards the end of the game, be an option for Totti Gomez to pass to. He knows his positional awareness. Maybe we'll see more of that next season when he comes further back. Maybe, we don't know. But again, another good performance from Molineux. Sarabia now, again, another sort of player that splits opinion. He's starting to win more people over. Sarabia class when he came on today. He always seemed to have time on the ball, look for space. That's what I like about him. When the game opens like that, he's trying to get things on the counter. He always seems to find space and passes, and he always wants the ball. He played a cracking ball through to Kuna for the third goal, when obviously he put him straight into Kuna when he's running at Cody. He knew it was going to be a goal, and we fought it back to Roger Gomez. And then, what I could just mention then, Kuna, really good today. First half, in fairness to him, I thought he was being a little bit selfish. There's opportunities where he could have played Larson a few times, and he didn't. He had shots from into the box and stuff, and maybe thought he'd warranted it because he'd carried the ball so far up the pitch. But then second half, he then started actually passing the ball around a little bit and started playing people in and moving the ball around and not being as selfish and taking players out of the game. And his game improved, and Wolves improved as well. Like, it's not a coincidence he got 2 quick assists in that second half. He started playing people in, he started looking for passes, got his head up a little bit more. That's the Kuna we need. I think what I thought was interesting after the first goal, he scored, obviously puts 1-0 up. The Wolves, the fans didn't celebrate that, I don't think, as much as like we normally do with Kuna, compared to when Larson scored and everyone was doing the "Oh, Larson again and again" chant. That was massive. And I think Wolves fans, obviously we know he's going now to United pretty much. That was something I thought was to pick up on the crowd. I thought it was quite interesting. On Friday now we go to Man City away. I'm going to Man City away. If we can make this 7 wins in a row, it's tough thing to dream of. It's stuff of dreams, really, that is, if we can get 7 wins in a row. I'm sure Pinero will be out on the beers again tonight in Wolverhampton. Sad as I'm not going to be, but hopefully if anyone bumps into him, get your photos with him, get him on social media. It's class. I love it at the moment. I had the chance to meet him a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still buzzing from it now. Apart from that one, enjoy that one, Wolves fans. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Up the Wolves.
Finished Wolves 3, Leicester 0. Brilliant result, 6 in a row. Every part of me today was thinking Wolves really should win this. None of me actually thought that we would. Typical Wolves, you think, going for 6 in a row, poor Leicester side, Wolves in form, had 1-0 Leicester written all over it, but not today. Brilliant performance, and 3 bits of quality really for the 3 goals. Aït-Nouri and Cunha combining really well down that left-hand side, and Aït-Nouri putting on a plate for him for the first goal, and then really well worked by Cunha. Larson first of all to lay it off to Cunha back to Larson, and he made no mistake. Unlike he did about 5 minutes earlier when he scooped it over from 1 yard out. I'm not quite sure how he managed that one, but made amends when he got his second opportunity. He took 1 touch, buried it nicely. And very similar for the third, actually. Cunha powering through, up against Connor Cody. He didn't want anything to do with him. Stood him up, and then just laid it into Gomez, who tucked it away nicely. And Gomez really, really bright, actually, on his cameo today. Could have had a goal earlier on as well, with a really good dribble. Laid off to Cunha, back to him, and he could have scored that time as well. But yeah, just a really good performance. Both the players that started the first 11 and those that come off the bench. Wasn't really a bad performance in there today. I thought every player stood up, performed well, and really, really good result. Say up to 13th now, which I never thought would happen. Earlier in the season when you're sitting there hoping Leicester and Ipswich don't win, they might go above us, and can we keep hold of that 17th place? And you look at the table now, and it's 20 points clear of Ipswich, which is just incredible, really, from where we were, and up to 13th, and even West Ham now 5 points behind us. I mean, what a turnaround! And I say it every week, but what a job Victor Pereira has done since he's come in. He's really galvanised that squad, got them playing some good football, and they all look like they're fighting for each other, playing for each other, and just really good performance all round. So on to Man City next week, make it 7 in a row.
Well, there we have it. Wolves 3, Leicester 0. I'm losing my voice, but I could very convincingly say probably the most dominant, most comfortable, probably most enjoyable game of the season. Again, from minute 1 to minute 90, I thought it was pure domination, really. I thought it really showed it was like watching a Premier League team versus a Championship team. Completely deserved, completely dominated. Matheus Cunha again, which shows why, for me, probably the best player I've ever seen in a Wolves shirt, and just incredible. Involved in every single one of the goals. Just made it look so simple, so easy. But I could say that about, I think, literally everyone. I don't think anyone really put a foot wrong, apart from Sarr, obviously giving away the penalty. But I kind of knew it was kind of the perfect day. You know, I thought Vardy drops an absolute stinker, and then just that opportunity, wins the penalty. Obviously poor from Sarr. But I had a feeling in the back of my head, I thought, he's going to save this, or Vardy's going to miss it in some capacity. And that some of the abuse he was getting, it wasn't his day at all. But I thought that was completely down to Wolves. I thought, again, dominated for the whole 90, really, and could have been more. And it was really nice to see, you know, when we go 2-0 up, 3-0 up, with Sin, under Nuno, under Blage, Lopetegui, you know, we sit back and try and defend. And we've been very good at that in the past years, but it's nice to see, you know, even at 3-0 up, we're still going for it. We're still pushing men forward, trying to get more goals, which is nice, is really enjoyable. And like I said, it's probably the most enjoyable game of the season so far. And again, 6 in a row, another clean sheet, which is nice. I can't really say a bad thing. Again, when the subs came on, were brilliant. I thought Rodrigo Gomez, when he came on, was really good. I really want to see more of him in his last couple of games, because I think, you know, if Semedo does go, which is likely he will, or even Aït-Nouri over on the left-hand side, I'm not worried in the slightest. You know, we've got Hugo Bueno coming back as well off loan, but a player like Rodrigo Gomez, who you could see when he scored the goal, he had an earlier opportunity which I think he just put wide. You can see, you know, he's direct. He wants to play for the shirt, and you could see how much it meant to him, which is really nice. But yeah, really enjoyable game. Really no faults. 6 in a row. Was that 7 unbeaten now? I think. I'm losing count at this point. But yeah, really enjoyable. Another 3 points for the Wolves.
Yeah, thanks for joining me. I'm just off Waterloo Road, where it's finished. Wolves 3, Leicester 0. I'm just walking away from Molineux, and first the points, and then the points. When Vitor Pereira goes to his GP for his annual checkup, the doctors are going to be saying to him, "Where's that beer belly coming from?" 6 in a row now, and thanks again to Mick Hanlon, who usually sits in the stand cullis lower. Yeah, brilliant, Mick. 6 in a row, and we're up to 13 points. What can you say? It was a dream performance. I was looking at the starting lineup, and every player on the pitch was a full international, pretty much a regular international. So it was a dream day. What can you say? 3 goals. The strikers both got goals. Cunha got a goal and assist. Larson got a goal, and the substitute Rodrigo Gomez came on. He got a goal, and the goalie saved the penalty as well. What can you say? Everything went right, except for it could possibly have been more than 3-0. But you're playing a game in the Premier, so you can't get too greedy. And it was a dream day, because Everton lost, West Ham lost, so we're 3 points ahead of Everton. We're about 4 or 5 ahead of West Ham, and Man United have got a tough game away at Bournemouth tomorrow. And I think the goal now is to at least match the 13th where we finished when Jay Lowe was manager. But yeah, as I say, it was a dream performance. We played really well. It's hard to pick a man of the match, because every player played really well. Andre got a standing ovation when he went off. Those 2 Brazilians in midfield, they were fantastic. They were tigerish. They tackled, chased everything. They won every ball. Aït-Nouri, Semedo, Totti, Agbadou, Doherty, every one of them, you can't pick a fault with them. And that's just a quick lineup. I'm at a wedding. You can see the shirt underneath, and I just slipped out to watch the match. It's at the banqueting suite on Waterloo Road, and I I've just nipped out and I'm just heading back in. Just walked up Waterloo Road, and what can I say? They won 3-0 against Leicester, who were down, because before the game we thought this was going to be a dangerous game because Leicester were already down. They got nothing to lose. We beat them 3-0 already, and we thought they'd be dangerous because they could just go out, enjoy themselves, express themselves before they're playing in the Championships next season. Rodrigo Gomez would like to play him every week because he scored his first goal in the first game against Leicester earlier in the season. Vitor Pereira's first game. Can we play you every week? And yeah, nothing went wrong. No injuries as far as I'm aware. Clean sheet, 3-0. But thanks for joining me. Up the Wolves.